Hello everyone, it's Mr. Malinowski coming to you again about civics. This time though I'm starting with a picture instead of a PowerPoint or instead of the words. I want to start with this picture. What you see, if you look closely, you'll notice a sailboat. It's going between the monster of Scylla and the whirlpool of Charybdis that is showing that there's a monster on either side of the path. And this is something the government needs to do. It needs to avoid monsters on either side of the water. There's the monster first of all, and the first central challenge of the government is to avoid these two monsters. And what are these two monsters? Tyranny. Hitler is the most famous, but there are many others. So tyranny, an all-powerful evil leader, somebody that can do whatever they want. Then the other one, look at this picture. Look at the violence. This is like going from, instead of having tyranny, instead of having one evil leader, now we have everyone fighting against each other. It's anarchy. No one in charge. War of all against all. Imagine all those classrooms if there's been a sub or no teacher at all, how students may treat each other. In government, it only gets worse. So you got to find a balance, and that's what the Constitution of the United States of America does. It finds a balance in that a government that's strong enough to keep order, but not strong that so strong that it takes away freedom. So government must find a balance between being too strong or too weak. King George III was our first tyrant. He was the one that took away the freedom the colonists had enjoyed for hundreds of years. He took it away, George III. So colonists first struggled under the tyranny of King George III. That's why they wrote the Declaration of Independence, proclaiming all men are created equal and they have life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, because George III took it away. But they went from that monster right to the next monster of a revolt and not enough in charge. And this is what happened with the Articles of Confederation. There was a huge fight between the states. They could not agree. So the colonists struggled under the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation. It was too weak. The Articles of Confederation was our first constitution. It was a failure. It tried to unite the states together, but it simply was not weak enough to keep order. People revolted, people fought each other, so our original 13 colonies did not survive under this government. They had to have a new government. And finally, Americans found strong yet balanced government under the United States Constitution. Again, the Constitution of the United States of America, it is the supreme law of the land, and it is what set up and kept our government going strong for 200 years. So to review, King George III, fail. Articles of Confederation, fail. United States Constitution, success. So failure did lead to success with our founding documents. After the failure of King George III, after the failure of the Articles of Confederation, the United States Constitution, we finally had success. Now, let's take a look at how the Constitution and the Articles of Confederation compare. There's much to look at here, but the key point is that the Articles of Confederation made the states weak, and it made the federal government, it made the states strong and the federal government weak, whereas the U.S. Constitution had a strong central government with powers reserved for the states. So much more can be said about this. Please take a look at this graph. Make sure that you know it. Make sure that you have taken this all down, because you need to know why the Articles failed and why the Constitution succeeded. And we're going to stop right there. But make sure you got this chart. Make sure you know this. If you're confused, please replay it again. Thank you.